Hello everybody, and we are continuing, and we're now in the part where we see, I always pronounce it a little bit wrong, but the blind man called Bartimaeus.
I think that's pretty perfect.
Yes, I normally say Bartimaeus. Bartimaeus. And then we see Jesus and his disciples, they've just entered Jericho, and they were walking, and then here is this blind man sitting next to the road, and the Bible tells us he was sitting there begging. And he hears Jesus coming, Garth, and then he must have gotten very excited. But it amazes me because he must have heard about the stuff that Jesus has done. Maybe people passing by, testimonies. So here he goes and he starts just shouting, like, Jesus, Jesus, because he hears him coming. And then we see, what does the disciples do?
As far as they're concerned, he's making a nuisance of himself.
Yes.
Yeah. They say, oh man, there's a crowd of people. Just stop shouting. Just stop. It tries to quiet him down.
But he doesn't.
No.
He shouts probably a bit louder.
Even louder.
And he just doesn't stop going. And then we see Jesus say, what do you want me to do for you?
Yes.
What is it that you want?
Which is a very obvious question. Not an obvious question, it's got an obvious answer. I mean, the guy's blind. What does he want?
But he wanted his sight, but now you can think, oh, I want this, I want that, I want everything. Because you asked me for, what do I want?
Like
I want this.
How many wishes do I have?
Genie? Yes, exactly. But he goes, I want to be able to see. And then Jesus says, incredible.
And he is healed.
So
for me, on the one hand, the challenge is, what if I'm Bartimaeus? Am I willing to push through? Because every one of us knows what's the desperate desire of our heart. And am I willing to realize, listen, Jesus can fill that. Jesus is able to fill that. Whether it is healing, whether it is deliverance, whether it's peace in my home, whether it's that my children will know the Lord, or whatever it may be, I'm desperate for work, whatever. Am I willing to be like this Bartimaeus and realize he's my hope, he is my real hope, and to continue to push in? And how does that look? Coming forward after a church service or pushing into a cell group. Oh, please pray for me again, guys. I haven't seen breakthrough. And will I be shoved off if somebody along the line sort of makes me understand?
You've asked, you just
come on.
You've maybe asked too much or too many times.
Yes, I think
you're too vocal about this.
Because listen, if I'm desperate like him, I might make a pain of myself because I'm really, really seeking and pushing and asking for help. I don't know if you see another challenge in the story for us.
I do. Just on that, Jesus says, go, your faith has healed you. So he had that faith, or he just kept on believing. You said, now, do I have the faith to believe that that Jesus can do this for me? Can I share a testimony on that real quick?
Please do,
before we go to the other part. I had a skateboarding accident, and I had like this lump thing on my arm, and it was lots of pain, like really lots of pain. It was just keep on, I don't know, it's shocking pain all the time, and I just never got healed. And there was a lot of prayer and this and that. I kept on asking God, Lord, please, 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 would you heal this? And just nothing. And then eventually I went to the doctor, and they looked at it and they said, all right, we have to go for a scan, and it's going to cost about 7,000 Rand for the scan.
Ouch.
Because I need to check what's going on inside there. And then they gave me the number to phone the doctor or the place to book the appointment for the scan. I got back in the car and I took the piece of paper and I was like, Lord, I don't have the money. I literally put all the faith that I have in you, and you're the only one I can trust. And I chucked the piece of paper in the car and I went home. And honest truth, God, the next morning I woke up, gone. Completely healed. And I sat with that for a long time. Not a bump, no pain. Just gone. And that really just
Praise God.
Made me so excited to get to the fact where, God, it's in you. I mean, I can't trust anybody else. This guy was shouting, Jesus, Jesus. He knew Jesus could heal him. He trusted, he put his faith together, and he didn't stop. Then the other side of it is the fact that, because we're looking at the blueprint, are we like Jesus? The disciples...
like the disciples,
Or are we in that sense where we go, are we like the disciples that say, hey, go away, go away. Or if somebody comes and asks for hey, would you pray for me? Or hey, I need help, or this or that. No, go away, go away.
Yeah.
Or do we take the approach of Jesus where, what can I do for you?
Yes.
The previous chapter, how can I serve you?
Yes.
Or how can I be of service to you?
Because these guys are obviously in that image of the previous chapter, they're thinking about, man, just crowd control.
Yeah.
Don't disturb the meeting.
Yeah,
what's
probably trying to protect Jesus. And
yeah, I mean, they're
doing a good
Jesus
thing.
at least, but he's not annoyed. Man, I read this book years ago, Under the Overpass. It's a good book to read. See if you can find it somewhere on Amazon or something. And just in the story, it's two guys that live the beggar's life for a period of time. And at one particular place, they stop and say, close to the end of this journey that they walk together, they said there was only one person who ever stopped, looked them in the eye, and said, hey, can I buy you guys a meal? Took them down to the McDonald's, sat with them, and ate a lunch.
Yeah.
And they were so overawed just by the love that they received, that this woman was willing to say, I'm not just flogging you off or shoving you away without giving anything, but I'm actually engaging with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's the challenge here.
Very much, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Jesus didn't just walk past and say, be healed, be healed. He actually stopped.
Yes.
Looked at the guy.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do for you?
Yeah, and if I can say that, I mean, I love that story that you're telling now. We have a lot of people constantly knocking on our doors, wanting stuff and asking for this and asking for that. Are we in the place, are we willing to take the time to stop and to go, let's go to the shop, let me get you something. What can I pray for you for? Let me sit with you. Come just in.
Have a conversation. Look in the eyes.
Yes, take the time.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Makes the difference. And please help us in that, Lord. Please help us to remember the next time we get a nuisance along the way, whatever that looks like, a person that just is in our space or taking up our time if we don't want to give it. Please help us to see what is the Christ-like approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Good.